Through the process of evolution over many millions of years, the more than 8.7 million animal species on our planet are all adapted to the environment where they live. There are some, though, that have developed incredible abilities that are on a whole different level. From healing powers to incredible strength and plenty more. Join me, I'm taking a look at 15 of the most astonishing animal adaptations. Starting with number 15, the mimic octopus. The mimic octopus is a cephalopod species that was first discovered in the late 1990s in the shallow waters of Indonesia and has since amazed the scientific community. Unlike other octopuses, which can often rely on camouflage to blend into their surroundings, the mimic octopus can actively change its shape, color, and behavior to make it look like more than 15 different marine species, including lionfish, flatfish, sea snakes, jellyfish, starfish, giant crabs, and many more. When threatened, it works out what type of predator it's facing and then chooses a strategy to deter it. For example, if attacked by a damselfish, it might impersonate a lionfish by spreading its arms and displaying bold, contrasting colors. If a bottom-dwelling predator approaches, on the other hand, the octopus might flatten out its body and roll in the sand like a flatfish, such as a sole or a flounder, which predators usually avoid. Their abilities aren't just limited to visuals either, it also incorporates behaviors, adjusting its movements to replicate the swimming patterns of different animals. This combined use of visual and behavioral mimicry increases its chances of deceiving predators and prey. So for instance, when mimicking a sea snake, the octopus hides 6 of its arms in a hole and then waves the remaining 2 in opposite directions, recreating the distinctive motion of a sea snake. The mimic octopus's diet is made up of mainly small fish and crustaceans, and its skills not only help it evade predators but also aid in hunting, allowing it to approach prey without detection. It is surprising that this species was only found so recently, and it makes you wonder just how many other octopuses there are in the oceans with equal or even more impressive adaptations that are out there and still waiting to be found. Number 14, the eye. The eye, it's one of the strangest primates in the world, and it's native to Madagascar. It's a species of nocturnal lemur, and it's immediately recognizable by its creepy appearance. It's got large bat-like ears, a bushy tail longer than its body, and continuously growing incisors that are like those of rodents. These are all very useful adaptations in the forests of Madagascar, but its most useful and weirdest feature is its elongated middle finger, which is thin, flexible, and looks bony. This finger, though, is crucial to the eye's survival, and it's a specialized tool used for foraging. Now, they mostly eat insects and uses a unique feeding strategy called percussive foraging. It taps on trees with its long middle finger and using its highly sensitive ears to listen for the echoes produced by hollow spaces where insect larvae might be hiding. Once it detects movement, it chews a small hole in the bark with its sharp teeth and inserts its middle finger to extract the larvae. Their diet is primarily consisting of larvae, but it also feeds on fruits, nuts, nectar, and fungi, and its finger can be used to scoop out the flesh or nutrients from all of these as well, with the animals being an important species in helping to control insect populations. They really are one of the most unique animals on the planet, but this has led to concerns about their long-term survival. Extensive hunting, along with habitat loss because of deforestation, means that their numbers are plummeting, and it's feared that they could be extinct within the next few decades. Number 13, the Hoatson. The Hoatson, which is commonly known as the stink bird, is a species that's found in the Amazon and Orinoco river basins of South America. It's well known for its distinctive appearance, peculiar digestive system, and unusual behaviors, and it's unlike any other type of bird. Roughly the size of a pheasant, measuring about 25 inches or about 65 centimeters in length, it's got a blue face, red eyes, and spiky crest of feathers on its head. The plumage is mainly brown with white streaks, and its wings are reddish-brown with black edges, almost giving them a prehistoric appearance. The most unusual adaptation, though, is its digestive system. Unlike most birds, this species is a folivore, which means that it mainly feeds on leaves, flowers, and fruits. Most animals simply couldn't do this, however, because their stomachs can't handle it. But to process all this fiber, the Hoatson has a specialized enlarged crop. The crop ferments the plant material with the help of bacteria and breaks down the cellulose and extracts nutrients. This fermentation process produces a strong, unpleasant odor, which is why they're called the stink bird. These adaptations have majorly influenced the bird's behavior and its habitat. It's found in dense vegetation along rivers, swamps, and lakes where it can access a plentiful supply. They're also quite sedentary, spending much of their time perched in trees near water, and are poor flyers, with clumsy, labored flight patterns which limit their range and mobility. The Hoatson's traits have puzzled scientists for years, leading to debates about how it should be classified. It is the only member in its family, and its evolutionary relationships with other birds remain a topic of ongoing research. Some studies suggest it may have ancient links to cuckoos, while others suggest closer ties to pheasants and chickens. Number 12. The Fosa. The Fosa, it's another fascinating species of carnivorous mammal that's found in Madagascar. As the largest natural predator on the island, it plays a crucial role in maintaining the ecological balance of the habitat where it lives, and to do so, it's developed various physical characteristics and behaviors. Looking almost like a cross between a cat and a mongoose, an adult fossa typically measures up to 31 inches or 80 centimeters in body length, with an additional tail length of up to 27 inches or 70 centimeters. They weigh up to 19 pounds or about 8.5 kilograms. It's got a slender, muscular body that's well adapted for agility and strength. The fossa's coat is short and dense, usually a reddish-brown or tawny color, which provides camouflage within the forest environment. Unusually, the fossa has semi-retractable claws and flexible ankles, which allows it to climb trees head-first downwards and leap between branches with ease. This arboreal agility is crucial for hunting, as the fossa preys mainly on lemurs, which are also very good climbers. Their hunting technique involves both stealth and speed, and it can chase its prey through the trees or on the ground, using its sharp teeth and claws to capture its target. Its sense of sight further helps locate its prey, and its strong jaws enable it to deliver a powerful bite. Number 11. The wood frog. The wood frog is a species of amphibian that's commonly found throughout North America and has developed a unique adaptation to survive in freezing temperatures. It's a medium-sized frog with distinctive dark brown masks around its eyes and can grow up to 3 inches or 7.5 centimeters long, taking on a variety of potential colorations from tan to reddish-brown, which help it blend in. It is the wood frog's ability to tolerate freezing during the winter months that makes it so unusual, though. Unlike most amphibians that are forced to find refuge in frost-free environments, the wood frog endures harsh winter conditions by undergoing a process called cryoprotection. As the temperature drops, wood frogs prepare for freezing by accumulating glucose in their tissues. This glucose acts as an antifreeze and prevents ice from forming within their cells and protects their vital organs from damage. Instead, ice forms in the spaces between the cells, and at the same time, the frog's metabolism slows down significantly, allowing it to survive. In early spring, often before the ice and snow have fully melted, wood frogs emerge from their frozen state. They are among the first amphibians to breed and migrate to vernal pools, which are temporary bodies of water that are created by melting snow and spring rain. Not only does this antifreeze ability let them survive in the winter wherever they are, but it gives them an advantage over the other species when the spring comes and gives them a chance to breed in the best spots. Wetland drainage, deforestation, and development projects are, though, reducing suitable breeding sites for these frogs, which, combined with pollutants that affect their sensitive skin, means that even with an adaptation like this, the outlook for wood frogs is unclear. Number 10. The diving bell spider. So if you're trying to avoid spiders, you might think being in the water would be a good place to be, but thanks to a very clever adaptation, that's where you'd be most likely to encounter a diving bell spider. Found mainly in Europe and parts of Asia, this spider is the only known species to spend its entire life underwater. Rather than developing gills to breathe underwater like a fish, though, this is all thanks to its ability to create and live inside an air bubble underwater known as a diving bell. This structure is critical for its survival, and it's constructed from silk, which the spider weaves into a dome-like shape among the underwater plants. The spider then collects air from the surface using specialized hairs on its abdomen and legs, which trap air bubbles, then transfers those bubbles to the diving bell, gradually expanding it until it forms a stable air supply. The diving bell serves multiple purposes. It's a breathing chamber for the spider, a safe retreat from predators, and a place to molt, lay eggs, and store prey. The air within the bell is occasionally refilled by the spider, ensuring it has a constant supply of air. But remarkably, the diving bell actually allows for gas exchange with the surrounding water, meaning carbon dioxide can be removed and oxygen can be absorbed directly from the surroundings. The species also has several other adaptations that help it underwater, such as its body being covered in fine hairs that trap that layer of air around it, aiding in buoyancy and breathing. And the diving bell spider is the perfect example of how, by developing a clever adaptation, a species can take advantage of a whole new habitat. It's the only type of spider that we know of that's managed to completely adapt to living its entire life in water, and can teach a lot about how others have been able to fit into their own environments. Number 9. The African spiny mouse. The African spiny mouse is a rodent species that's found across regions of Africa and the Middle East. Known for its distinctive spiny fur, it's become of particular interest to medical researchers because of an astonishing ability to heal itself whenever it gets injured. They're highly adaptable and can be found in a variety of environments, from arid deserts to rocky terrains and savannas. Their diet mainly consists of seeds, fruits, insects, and small invertebrates, and varied diet that helps them survive in a harsh environment where food sources can be unpredictable. They're named for that stiff, spiny hair that covers its back and sides, which serves as a defense mechanism against predators. When threatened, the spiny mouse can shed patches of its skin and fur to escape from predators, an ability known as autotomy. And while not unique among animals itself, what sets the spiny mouse apart is its extraordinary capacity of regeneration. Unlike most mammals, the African spiny mouse can regrow large portions of its skin, including hair follicles, sweat glands, and even cartilage. When the skin is shed, the wounds heal rapidly without scarring, and the tissue regenerates completely. This regenerative capability has significant implications for its medical research, particularly in the fields of wound healing and regenerative medicine, as scientists study the genetic and cellular mechanisms behind it in hopes of applying these findings to human medicine. Number 8. The Texas horned lizard. This lizard is a reptile that's native to the arid and semi-arid regions of the United States, particularly Texas. It's recognizable by its flattened, broad body covered in sharp, horn-like scales. These spiny projections, which are especially clear on the head and back, provide an effective camouflage and protection against predators. The lizard's coloration, typically a mix of brown, tan, and reddish hues, further helps it to blend into those desert surroundings. If they are found by a predator, though, they have a truly unique method of escaping. When threatened, the lizard can increase its blood pressure in its head until the blood vessels in its eyes burst, shooting a stream of blood up to 5 feet or over 1.5 meters. This blood, which has a foul taste, can confuse or repel predators, giving the lizard a chance to escape. In addition to this defense technique, the Texas horned lizard uses several other strategies to evade threats. It can, for example, remain motionless to avoid detection, burrow into the ground to hide, and even puff up its body to appear larger and more intimidating. This lizard mainly feeds on ants, particularly harvester ants, which makes up a significant portion of its diet, and they have a long, sticky tongue to capture those insects. This specialized diet requires the lizards to have adaptations that allow it to tolerate the toxins produced by the ants, which would be harmful to other animals, and because of this tolerance, they can also sometimes eat other insects, spiders, and small invertebrates. Despite all the adaptations, though, Texas horned lizards face several challenges. Habitat destruction due to urban development, agriculture, and the use of pesticides has led to a significant decline in their population, and the introduction of invasive species such as fire ants pose a threat to their main food source and disrupt its natural ecosystem. Number 7. Yapok. The yapok, which is commonly known as the water opossum, is a species of marsupial that can be found in Central and South America, from southern Mexico to northern Argentina. It's the only known marsupial that's adapted to an aquatic lifestyle, making it particularly interesting to researchers. The animal's about the size of a domestic cat, with a body length of up to 15.7 inches or about 40 centimeters. It has a sleek, streamlined body that's covered in dense, water-repellent fur that ranges in color from gray to brown with darker spots. This fur helps it keep warm and dry while swimming, and its large, webbed hind feet help it move through water. The front feet are not webbed but are equipped with sharp claws, and it's these that they use for catching prey. Yapoks are nocturnal and solitary animals, spending much of their time in and around freshwater habitats such as streams, rivers, and lakes. They're great swimmers and divers, capable of staying underwater for several minutes while foraging for food. Their diet consists of mainly fish, crustaceans, amphibians, and aquatic insects, which they catch with their dexterous front paws and have excellent night vision. As a marsupial, they are like others in that the females have a pouch which they use to carry and take care of their young. Cleverly, though, theirs have a special adaptation whereby their pouch is completely watertight. When the yapok enters the water, the muscles around the pouch tighten to prevent water from entering, keeping the young inside safe and dry. As with many other animals with such specialized adaptations, they live in very specific habitats and as a result are increasingly under threat by habitat destruction. Conservation efforts are therefore underway to ensure their continued survival, such as protecting freshwater ecosystems, reducing pollution, and preserving forested areas. Number 6. The nototheniod fish. Nototheniod fish are a group that are native to the Southern Ocean surrounding Antarctica, and to survive in one of the planet's most extreme environments, they've developed some clever adaptations. As a result, the suborder, which includes a species such as the Antarctic icefish, the Patagonian toothfish, and the Antarctic dragonfish, plays a crucial role in the Antarctic marine ecosystem. The most important adaptation of this fish is their ability to survive in sub-zero temperatures. The waters of the Southern Ocean, which can reach temperatures as low as 28.4 degrees Fahrenheit or -2 degrees Celsius, which is below the freezing point of most fish. Notothenioids, however, have evolved antifreeze glycoproteins in their blood and body fluids. These proteins prevent ice crystals from forming within their bodies, which is a vital adaptation that allows them to thrive where other fish would freeze solid. The antifreeze proteins bind to small ice crystals and inhibit their growth, effectively lowering the freezing point of the fish's bodily fluids. Unlike most fish, which have a swim bladder for buoyancy, notothenioids don't have this organ at all. Instead, they achieve buoyancy through a reduction in skeletal mineralization and increased lipid content in their tissues. These adaptations allow them to stand a chance in the freezing water, but they've also developed varied diets and feeding strategies, which allow them to live in much wider areas. Some species, like the Antarctic silverfish, feed on plankton and small invertebrates, while others, like the predatory Antarctic toothfish, prey on larger fish and squid. These feeding habits have ensured that notothenioids have taken leading roles in the Antarctic food web, influencing the population of countless other marine species. Number 5. The pistol shrimp. The pistol shrimp, which you may know as the snapping shrimp, is a crustacean known for its unique claw. There are over 600 species of pistol shrimp, and they're found in a variety of environments, ranging from coral reefs to seagrass beds across tropical and temperate seas. The first feature you'll notice of the pistol shrimp is its asymmetrical claws. While both claws begin roughly equal in size, as the shrimp matures, one claw grows significantly larger. This specialized claw is biological engineering at its finest, consisting of two parts, a movable hammer and a fixed socket. When the hammer is cocked and then rapidly released, it snaps into the socket, creating a high-velocity jet of water. This action generates a bubble that collapses with a loud snap, producing a sound that can reach up to 210 decibels and is louder than a gunshot. The process also generates extreme temperatures and pressures, though only for an incredibly brief moment. It can create a flash of light under certain conditions. Mostly it's used for hunting, as the shock wave created by the bubble's collapse can stun or even kill a small fish and other prey. The snapping also plays a role in defense, helping to fend off potential predators and competing shrimp, and the sound is also used for communication, particularly in the complex social interactions of certain species. Pistol shrimp are known, too, for their symbiotic relationships with gobies, which are small fish that share their burrows. The shrimp, which have poor eyesight, benefit from the goby's sharp vision, and in return, the goby gets a safe refuge from predators. The shrimp maintains and constructs the burrow, which both animals use as a home, and this relationship is highly coordinated, with the goby often touching the shrimp with its tail to signal when it's safe to come out. Despite their smallness, typically growing to a maximum length of about 2 inches or 5 centimeters, they're by far the most powerful animals of all compared to their size, with the strongest natural weapon in all of the natural kingdom. Number 4. The pangolin. Pangolins are an amazing mammal, with 8 different species that are found across Asia and Africa. They're solitary, nocturnal creatures covered in protective keratin scales, and with a specialized diet of ants and termites. They have their own set of armor, with their bodies covered in tough overlapping scales made of keratin, which is the same protein that makes human hair and nails. These scales provide a brilliant defense against predators, and when threatened, a pangolin can curl into a tight ball, exposing only its tough scales while protecting its soft underside. They are highly specialized feeders, too, and are well adapted to this role. They've got long, sticky tongues that can extend well beyond the length of their bodies, allowing them to probe deep into ants' nests and termite mounds. They don't have any teeth, so they swallow their prey whole, and their stomachs are specially adapted to grind and digest the hard exoskeletons of insects. This specialized diet means pangolins play a crucial ecological role in controlling insect populations, particularly in ants and termites. They are extremely important in their natural habitats, but unfortunately, because of their appearance and behavior, pangolins have become the most trafficked mammals in the world. They're taken for their scales, which are highly valued in traditional medicine, particularly in Asia, and their meat, which is considered a delicacy. Poaching, as well as habitat loss due to deforestation and agricultural expansion, has led to a dramatic decline in their population. Conservation efforts for them are in place, involving international cooperation to enforce anti-poaching laws and reduce illegal wildlife trade, and organizations are working to raise awareness about them. Their habitat protection is crucial, though, as preserving the natural environments where they live can help ensure their survival. Number 3. The Basilisk Lizard. The Basilisk Lizard, which is also known as the Jesus Christ lizard, is a reptile that's part of the genus Basilicus. There are 4 recognized species: the common, the green, the brown, and the striped basilisk, all of which are native to the tropical rainforests and lowland regions of Central and South America. They've got beautiful colorations like the green basilisk, for instance, which has a vibrant green body with blue spots and a prominent crest running from head down the back. Those crests are made of elongated, flexible spines and are more pronounced in males and used in display of dominance and during mating rituals. The thing that's made the lizards so well known, though, is their ability to run across the surface of the water, mostly seen with the common basilisk. When feeling threatened by predators such as birds or snakes, they can sprint upright on their hind legs, using their long toes with fringed skin flaps to create surface tension that allows them to dash across the water. This rapid movement can reach speeds of up to 5 feet per second, enabling the lizard to cover almost 15 feet in a single sprint before gravity inevitably pulls it under. Their water-running ability is down to a number of structures within the body. The lizard's hind legs are significantly longer and more powerful than its front. The toes of their hind feet have elongated fringed scales that increase surface area and help distribute the lizard's weight more evenly across the water's surface. Number 2. The Clown Loach. The clown loach is a popular freshwater fish known for its vibrant colors and playful behavior, making it a favorite among aquarium enthusiasts. They're easily recognizable by their appearance, with a bright orange body covered with the 3 thick black vertical bands. Their fins are often highlighted with a reddish tint, and they can grow quite large, with adults reaching up to 12 inches in length, though they're often smaller in home aquariums due to space limitations and environmental factors. One of the most popular traits of the clown loach is its playful and social nature. They are schooling fish, which means they live in groups, and if you're keeping them in a tank, you'll need to have at least 5 of them together to keep them happy and healthy. When kept alone or in too small numbers, they can become stressed, which will cause their colors to dull, and they'll become less active. In a proper group, the clown loaches display fascinating social behaviors, including playful chasing, synchronized swimming, and a unique clicking sound they produce. They are omnivorous with a diet that includes a variety of food. In the wild, they feed on insects, worms, crustaceans, and plant material, and in captivity, they do well on a diet of high-quality flake or pellet food. These fish are known for their unique behavior of lying on their sides or even upside down, which can be alarming to new owners who might mistake this for illness or death. They've also got a knack for squeezing into tight spaces, so providing plenty of hiding spots like caves, driftwood, and dense plants is essential. They've got a series of extremely sharp, retractable, bony spines behind their eyes that can be extended out when they feel stressed or in danger, and they're easily sharp enough to cut into your skin. In the wild, they're a vital weapon against predators, and even though you'll rarely see them in an aquarium where the fish are being taken care of properly, they may occasionally extend them to defend their territory. Number 1. The Northern Fulmar. The Northern Fulmar is a species of seabird that are closely related to petrels and shearwaters. It's a hardy bird that's known for enduring harsh environments, and it's commonly found in the cold waters of the North Atlantic and Northern Pacific. Described as being medium-sized seabirds, they've got wingspans measuring up to 44 inches or about 112 centimeters, and they're usually one of 2 primary color patterns, a light one which is mainly white with gray wings, and a dark tail, and a dark one which is gray-brown all over. One of the more surprising features of the Northern Fulmar is its tube-shaped nostrils, which help the bird remove excess salt from its system, allowing it to drink seawater. This adaptation is crucial for their survival in the marine environment, where fresh water is scarce, and it allows them to spend long periods at sea, unlike many other birds. They are brilliant flyers, capable of covering great distances with relatively little effort. They use dynamic soaring, which is a flight technique that takes advantage of wind gradients over the ocean's surface and allows them to travel long distances without using much energy. Their diet is varied and opportunistic. They feed on a wide range of marine organisms, including fish, squid, plankton, and carrion, and they're also known to scavenge from fishing vessels that have peculiar love of discarded fish and offal. Of all their adaptations, though, the most unusual and the one that the northern Fulmars have become best known for is its interesting defense mechanism against predators and intruders. When they feel in danger or need to show a potential attacker that they shouldn't be messed with, they can projectile vomit of foul-smelling oil from their stomachs. This oil can mat the feathers of other birds, making it almost impossible for them to be able to fly and chase them. And with the horrible taste and smell, it's often simply enough to convince a predator that they aren't particularly hungry anymore. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time. Thank you to our channel members.